This is Jane Goodall. Over the years, I've seen the devastation that humans have brought to the planet. But I've also been inspired and given hope by all the wonderful stories of the people who care about their community and the environment. My years that I spent with the chimpanzees in Gombe in Tanzania in the 1960s were the best years of my life. One day, I looked down in horror from an aeroplane and realized that Gombe had become a tiny island of forest surrounded by completely bare hills. More people were living there than the land could support, and they were struggling to survive. I realized if we don't do something to help these people find other ways of living than destroying their environment, we can't even hope to save chimpanzees or forests. And I knew that I had to leave Gombe and try to do something about it. By the late 1980s, I was already traveling around the world about 300 days a year, and I was meeting young people who even back then were concerned and beginning to lose hope about their future. They were angry, they were depressed. Most of them were just apathetic, saying, we'd compromised their future, and there was nothing they could do about it. Then in 1991, when 12 high school students came to see me telling me all their problems and wanting my help to do something about it, we started our program, Roots and Shoots. This recognizes that the health of animals, people, and the environment is all interconnected, and that every single one of us makes some impact on the planet every single day. So all of us can choose the kind of difference we make, so that when we go to bed at night, we can ask ourselves, did we make the world a little bit better? My second reason for hope is this incredible human intellect. Scientists are also beginning to come up with very ingenious technologies to help us live in greater harmony with the planet. This is just one example, but I've seen machines that absorb carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and safely store it underground. And there are many, many other examples. My third reason for hope is the resilience of nature. I talked about the bare hills around Gombe, but if you fly over Gombe today, you'll see that because of our community-led conservation model that we call Takari, the trees are coming back. And with the trees and the plants comes biodiversity. Insects come back, birds come back, and then the animals, the mammals. It's not quite the same, but it's very, very different from those bare hills of the late 1980s, and it's getting better all the time. And then finally, there's the indomitable human spirit. There are people in the world who are tackling problems that are impossible to solve. There are icons like Nelson Mandela, like Martin Luther King, many, many of those icons. And we're surrounded by people who've overcome terrible problems in their lives. But also, every single one of you has an indomitable spirit. So many people don't realize that. They're afraid. They don't let that spirit grow. They don't think, I'm here to make the world a better place every day. They think they don't matter. But they can make the world a better place. This indomitable spirit does raise us up and helps us to live up to who we can and should be. There are so many stories to get inspired by from within the work of the Jane Goodall Institute and our partners across the world, and other organizations too. We also know that your voices and your actions matter, whether or not you're affiliated with JGI. So that's the message I have for you. Learn about all of the great and hopeful projects happening near you or across the world, and add your own story, your own reason for hope for our future. Thank you.